Hi everyone and welcome back. This week we have the latest on COVID. We'll tackle what's up in Russia, a quick look at what Biden's up to in the US, why everybody still loves Bernie Sanders, and the surprise arrest of Asia's most wanted man. Welcome to Headlines. Japan is once again going through Olympic-sized angst as it is committed to hold last year's postponed games this year, and things are not looking great. The first test event, artistic swimming, due to be held next month, has been postponed. We have that sinking feeling. But the US state of Florida has offered to replace Tokyo as the host. So, Florida, which has 1,200 deaths per million people, thinks it's a better choice than Japan, which has 42 cases per million. Yeah. Russia. The country famous for its freedom of speech, its acceptance for those in the LGBTQ community, and its tolerance for political diversity. So, what's up with Russia? Nothing. And don't ask again. I'm kidding. Alexei Navalny, the leader of Russia's opposition, is known as the man Russian President Vladimir Putin fears the most, and for good reason. He keeps on releasing accusations of crime and corruption against those in power, and he just won't quit. Not even after what seemed to be a very serious attempt on his life with one of the world's deadliest poisons. That was in August last year, and he was evacuated to Germany for treatment. He's only just returned to Russia and was immediately arrested on January 17th, sparking massive protests. Last week, Navalny's team released a video on YouTube alleging that a palace on the Black Sea coast had been bought for Putin by powerful businessmen who wanted some favors. It's hard to imagine a palace in modern times, but to give you some idea, its cost is estimated at US $2.65 billion and is larger than 17,000 square meters. One of its worst crimes is that it's decorated in 4 Euro dictator chic, all red velvet and gold like his buddy Don's Fifth Avenue Lav, and with an aqua discotheque, playroom specifically for toy cars, and subterranean ice hockey rink. But perhaps the most damning of all is that in its lavish loos, a single toilet brush and toilet roll holder cost more than what a Russian pensioner receives each year. After the video was released, there were mass demonstrations around the country. And you know it's bad when Putin, who generally treats Navalny like Voldemort by never saying his name, was forced to talk about the palace when questioned by students. His official response? Not it. New US President Joe Biden's plans for his first few weeks in office are the stuff of slacker nightmares. There's a ton of work that needs to be done, undoing some of outgoing President Trump's most despised policies. That includes scrapping the travel ban on majority Muslim countries, establishing a path to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants, and rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement. Additionally, there's the small matter of the pandemic, something that Trump made polite noises about but mostly ignored or encouraged. Biden has issued a mask mandate for all interstate travel and on federal property, and is also pushing for a new round of financial aid for people suffering because of the virus. If Twitter trends were an indicator of public sentiment, then it was Bernie who became the 46th president of the United States. An AFP photo of Bernie Sanders being a curmudgeonly crumpet at the inauguration became an instant meme. The world had fun setting up Bernie in his chair and mittens all over the place. From sending him to the moon with Neil Armstrong to seeing him next to Forrest Gump, Bernie looked comfortable even in the most incongruous settings. Well, for all the work that the great socialist has put in, this was just desserts. According to Brendan Smilowski, the AFP photographer behind the click, the way he's dressed, the mittens, the brown coat, he's not there for a fashion show, he just went to work. He came out and did what was on his schedule for that day, and then probably did the next thing. Yep, sounds like old Bern, all right. On January 23rd, 2021, Dutch police arrested a man on suspicion of being one of the world's biggest drug lords. Chi-lop was arrested at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. He is credited as being the head of a global drug trafficking syndicate known as the Company. This was a massive drug operation across Asia worth billions of dollars, with crystal meth labs in Myanmar that were guarded by private armies. Known by his nickname Sam Gor, which means brother number 3 in Cantonese, Tse was born in Guangdong, moved to Hong Kong, and then Canada. He did time in prison in the United States for heroin smuggling, and when released, police say that he returned to Asia to transform the local drug trade into a multi-billion-dollar per year business. He did it by forging a peace pact amongst gangs in Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. Reuters exposed him in a special investigation in 2019, and he went to ground in Taiwan, so no one could extradite him. Some 20 law enforcement agencies from around the world cooperated in his capture, and Australia is very keen to talk to him because they believe he's behind up to 70% of all narcotics entering the country. Tse and his organization, an operation on the level of Latin American narco kings Pablo Escobar or Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, but with far more anonymity and far less publicity. First, it was Escobar and Narcos. Then it was Guzman and Narcos Mexico. How does a Narcos Asia featuring Tse Chi-lop sound, Netflix? We called it first. And that brings us to the end of this week's show. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell to make sure that you never miss an issue.